You ever notice how some men completely lose themselves the moment a woman walks into the room? They start trying too hard, talking too much, doing anything just to be liked, and in the process, they forget who they are. Here's the truth. Real strength isn't about showing off. It's about staying centered when everyone else is performing. Because the moment you start seeking approval, you've already given your power away. The Stoics knew this. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. They lived by a code that kept them unshakable, even in love, rejection, or heartbreak. And today, we're breaking that code open. The 7 Stoic rules that real men never break around women. By the end of this, you won't just understand women better. You'll understand yourself better. Let's get into it. Chapter 1. Never seek validation. Own your worth. You ever stand in a room and feel like you have to entertain everyone just to be seen? Like your value is tied to the number of laughs you get, the attention you score, or the likes on a picture. Meet Daniel, quiet kid in school. Grew up thinking he needed other people's approval to matter. He changed his voice, his jokes, even his dreams to fit in. When he liked a woman, he turned into a different person, eager, loud, pleading for a nod, a smile, any sign that he was enough. One night, he spent the whole evening telling stories that weren't his, pretending to like things he didn't, all for the chance of a single compliment. At the end of the night, he left with a number in his phone and a hollow feeling in his chest. He got what he asked for, attention, but he lost something bigger. He lost himself. That's the trap. Validation is a drug. It gives a high, quick and empty. You feel good for a minute, then you're back chasing the next fix. The more you seek it, the less you own your life. The less you own your life, the more others control it. And that is the opposite of what real strength looks like. So what does own your worth actually mean? It isn't arrogance. It isn't coldness. It's a quiet certainty. It's waking up knowing who you are, what you stand for, and not needing someone else to stamp it as true. Let me break it down plain and clear. First, know your value, not the value others place on you. Your value is the work you do, the effort you make, the promises you keep. It's your habits. It's the man you show up as when no one is watching. Write down 3 things you do well. No bragging, just facts. This is your anchor. Second, speak from your center. When you talk to women, speak like you mean it. Say what you think. Say what you feel, not to win them over, but because you are honest. Honesty is magnetic. People respect a man who says what he means, even when they disagree. Third, detach from outcomes. You can like someone and still be okay if they don't like you back. That sounds simple, but most men act like the world will end if a woman doesn't respond right away. Calm down. The world does not end. Your value does not drop. Keep your standards. Keep your self-respect. Here's a small story to make it stick. There's a guy at the gym who always talks loud to get noticed. He posts perfect pictures, loud captions. One afternoon, a new trainer showed up, quiet, precise, focused. She didn't laugh at his jokes. She didn't shower him with attention. He felt invisible, so he doubled down. The more he chased, the less he got. The trainer? She respected someone else. She respected the man who trained in silence. The man who had a goal. The one who didn't need applause. That quiet man got her respect, not the loud one. Respect comes to those who don't demand it. Women sense when a man is chasing approval. It changes how they see him. Chasing screams insecurity. Calm, steady confidence whispers value. Action steps. Short, doable. 1. Tonight, remove your phone from the table when you're with someone. Look them in the eye. Be present. That small act says, I am enough. 2. Practice saying one thing you believe. Not a show-off fact. Something real. I work hard. I value honesty. See how it feels. 3. Accept a no without drama. Treat it like information, not a disaster. Adjust and move on. Remember, validation is a mirror that always lies. It shows you a version of yourself that depends on others. Your job is to build an inner mirror, one that reflects what you actually are. Now, I'm not saying never want approval. We all want it sometimes. But don't build your life on someone's nod. Build it on your actions. That's what real men do. They stand steady. They do the work. They keep their dignity. Chapter 2. Never lose composure. Master your emotions. There's a moment every man faces. A question, a slight, a silence. In that one beat, you can either look small or you can look like a man who holds his ground. Most men blow it in that beat. They snap. They panic. They over-explain. And just like that, respect walks out the door. Meet Aaron. He's on a date. They're laughing. Then she says something quiet. Nothing mean, just a small joke about his job. Aaron feels the heat in his face. He hears his pulse. Without thinking, he fires back. A smirk. A loud excuse. The night cools. She checks her phone. The rhythm is gone. Now meet Mateo. Same room. Same joke. Mateo feels the same heat. He takes a long breath. He smiles. He leans in and says, "That's fair." 10 seconds. That's all he used. The conversation moves on. Later, she tells a friend she likes how calm he is. She noticed how he didn't need to prove anything. What's the difference? Not charm, not a magic trick. It's one simple thing, composure. Composure is not being emotionless. It's not pretending feelings aren't there. It's the skill of keeping your hands clean when the world wants to drag you into the dirt. It's the quiet power of choosing how you respond. And people notice it. Women respect it. People follow it. Here's how you build it. Plain and practical. First, slow the moment. When something hits you, don't answer right away. Count to 3. Breathe. Use that tiny gap to refuse reaction. That pause is a power move. It stops the autopilot. It lets you choose. Second, name the feeling. Say it in your head. Annoyed. Embarrassed. Naming makes the emotion less like a storm and more like weather. When you name it, it loses a little of its control. Third, make a small plan. You don't need a long speech. Have 2 lines ready. One for cooling, one for continuing. I hear you. Let's talk later. Short, honest, and calm. These lines buy space and keep you steady. Fourth, train your body. Your body drives your mood. Shoulders back. Slow breath. Grounded feet. Practice this in the mirror. When your body is steady, your mind follows. Fifth, practice discomfort. Stoics used small tests. Cold showers. Hard workouts. Saying no sometimes. These little wins teach you to keep calm when real pressure comes. Now a short story to lock it in. Marcus worked sales. He had a client who loved to belittle him in meetings. Marcus used to clap back. Lost deals. Lost sleep. Then he changed one thing. At the next meeting, when the client insulted him, Marcus sat silent for 2 breaths. He asked one question. The client, expecting a fight, was thrown off. Marcus won the negotiation. The client later said, he never lost his cool. That line opened doors Marcus didn't expect. Composure does 2 things. It protects your dignity, and it gives you leverage. People talk to a calm man differently. They listen. They respect. They reveal more. That's why composure is one of the fastest ways to level up your life and your relationships. 3 quick practices you can do today. 1. When you feel triggered, breathe in for 4 counts, then breathe out for 6. Do it twice. 2. Have 1 calm phrase ready. I get that. Use it when things get hot. 3. Tonight, write down 1 time you lost your cool and what you would do differently now. Remember, control isn't coldness. It's choice. Emotion is normal. Reaction is optional. If this hit you, do 1 small thing for me. Tap like and type calm in the comments. Make that word your reminder to pause. Hit subscribe if you want the next rule. How to speak with integrity and stop playing games. Chapter 3 is coming, and it will change how you show up. Chapter 3. Never play games. Speak with integrity. You ever sit there and wonder why she pulled away even though you did everything right? Maybe you didn't do anything wrong. Maybe you played a game. Here's the hard truth. Games look clever on the surface, but they rot trust from the inside. They make you small. They make your words cheap. And nothing kills attraction faster than a man who never means what he says. Meet Eli. He was a master of the little tricks. Slow replies to seem mysterious. Flirty texts that never led anywhere. Big promises that faded. He thrived on the hustle of the chase until it stopped working. Women stopped answering. When they did, they asked the same question, what do you actually want? Eli didn't like that question because he didn't really know. Now meet Jonah. Jonah had a different rule. Say what you mean what you say. If he wanted to see someone, he said so. If he wasn't sure, he said that too. Jonah's words were simple, clear, boring maybe, but they were honest. And honesty built something fast. People trusted him. They showed up. Relationships moved forward or they ended cleanly. No drama, no confusion. Why does integrity matter so much? Because words are promises. A promise is a small contract. Every time you say something and don't deliver, you teach people not to believe you. That breaks respect. Respect is worth more than a short thrill from a clever move. Here's how to stop playing games and start speaking with integrity. Simple, practical, no drama. First, use clear language. Don't hint. Don't breadcrumb. Say the plan. I'd like to see you Friday. I'm dating other people, but I want to get to know you. Clear words create clear choices. Second, own your IS. Say, I feel, I want, I can. That takes responsibility. You always, or you never, blames the other person and hides what you actually mean. Third, under-promise, over-deliver. If you say you'll call at 8, call at 7:50. If you say you'll be there, be early. Reliability makes your words weighty. Fourth, follow through on small things. Text back with a real answer. Show up when you say you will. These small acts of integrity stack into trust. Fifth, end gracefully. If you lose interest, be honest. Ghosting is a coward move. It wastes time and creates pain you could avoid with one short truth. A story to make it stick. There was a guy at work, always flirting, always promising to grab coffee soon. Weeks went by. One woman finally said, either pick a day or stop saying it. He was embarrassed. He realized his words had become noise. He picked a day, showed up, and they had a solid conversation. She later said she respected that he could finally be direct. That one day turned months of real connection. Games give short excitement. Integrity gives lasting power. If you want to be remembered, be the man whose words line up with his actions. That's magnetic. That's rare. That's real. Quick exercises you can do now. 1. When you text, read your message before you send it. Ask, does this mean anything? 2. Practice one honest line today. Don't overthink it. I like you. I want to see you again. Say it or write it. 3. Pick one promise this week and keep it exactly as you said. No excuses. Remember, being direct doesn't kill mystery. It clears the air. It lets two people decide faster if they fit. That saves time, energy, and dignity. If this landed with you, do one thing. Tap like and type the word truth in the comments. Make it your small oath to stop playing games. Hit subscribe to keep sharpening. Chapter 4 is coming, and it's about holding to your principles when everything tries to pull you away. Chapter 4, never compromise your principles. Virtue first. There's a quiet moment that decides who you are. It isn't dramatic. It's a small choice. A yes or a no. Most men lose themselves in that moment without even noticing. Picture this. Jason met a woman who loved late nights and wild parties. He hated that world, but he wanted her. So he stayed up, drank more than he liked, and laughed louder than he felt. He changed his opinion on things he cared about. He even lied about small stuff to keep her interest. At first it felt like winning, but inside he felt hollow. The more he changed, the less he recognized himself. The relationship didn't last. When it ended, Jason was left with a worse problem than being alone. He'd lost who he was trying to be. Now picture Marcus. He met a woman who loved the party life too. Marcus liked fun, but he had lines. He never lied about his job, his values, or his plans. When the nights went late and the crowd pushed him, he said, I'm heading out. No drama, no excuses. He didn't make her wrong. He just stayed true to himself. She respected that. Some people left, but the ones who stayed respected the man they met, not the man he pretended to be. That difference is everything. Principles are like a backbone. They keep you straight when life tries to bend you. They are not a list of rules to be proud about. They are the quiet things you do because you mean them. They are doing the right thing even when nobody's watching. When you compromise them for short wins, you trade real strength for a fake victory. Here's how to protect your backbone without turning into someone rigid or cold. First, List your non-negotiables. Pick 3 things you will not bend on. Family time, honesty, respect. Keep them short. Write them down. These become your guideposts. When you meet someone new, these are the things you don't negotiate. Second, learn the language of no. You don't have to be rude. No thanks, that's not for me. I don't do that. I value this. Short, clear, calm. Practicing this makes it easy when the stakes are higher. Third, separate preference from principle. You might prefer sushi, but you shouldn't change your moral code for dinner. Know the difference. Principles matter. Preferences can bend. Fourth, test yourself with small things. Say no to one thing this week you would normally agree to just to please others. Keep a short note of how it felt. Small no's build a stronger you. Fifth, be willing to walk away. This is the hardest. But nothing builds respect like a man who keeps his dignity. Walking away sometimes saves you from a bigger loss. A quick story to hold this in your mind. A friend of mine was asked to lie for a date. Just a small lie about his past. He refused. The woman got angry and left. Later she called back, apologizing. She said she admired that he wouldn't lie just to keep her. That respect turned into trust. They built something real. That trust never shows up when you keep changing your story to please someone. Principles aren't punishment. They are freedom. They free you from people-pleasing. They free you to meet people who match who you really are. And that is far more powerful than any quick approval. Do this now. Write your 3 non-negotiables. Put them where you'll see them. And tonight, when a choice comes up, ask, will this keep me or will it change me? If this landed for you, do one small thing. Smash like and type virtue in the comments. Let that word be a reminder to stand your ground. Hit subscribe if you want the next rule. How to detach without being cold. Chapter 5 will teach you how to stay free and still love hard. Chapter 5, never be needily attached. Practice detachment. There's a quiet thing that kills attraction faster than bad manners. It's not lying. It's not cheating. It's neediness. You can feel it from a mile away. It clings. It begs. It shrinks a man until there's nothing left to respect. Meet Ethan. He met someone and the world flipped. He texted every hour. He asked where she was, who she was with, why she didn't reply fast. He stayed home waiting for her message. When she didn't call, he called again. Each reach felt small, like he was asking permission to exist. She pulled away. He wondered why. The answer was simple: neediness repels. Now meet Cole. Cole liked her too, but he had a different habit. He kept his life full. He worked hard. He trained. He had friends. He checked in with care, not panic. When she didn't reply, he did not spiral. He trusted himself. He moved forward. That calm made her want to know him more. Detachment is not coldness. It's not playing games. It's a steady heart that can love and still be whole. It's being present when you're together and complete when you're apart. That kind of man feels safe. He feels valuable. Here's how you practice detachment without being fake. First, own your day. Make plans that don't depend on one person. Work out. See friends. Learn something. When your life is full, you won't hang on every text. You'll live first, respond second. Second, be honest and steady. If you care, say it once. Say it clearly. Then let actions show the rest. Don't rebuild your mood around a reply. Don't ask for proof every 5 minutes. Trust grows from steady behavior, not constant testing. Third, face loss in the small things. Imagine someone you like not returning your feeling. It hurts, but it's not the end of the world. Stoics used to practice like that to stop panic before it starts. Picture it, feel it, then go back to your day. It makes real pain easier to handle. Fourth, move from wanting to choosing. Wanting is needy. Choosing is powerful. You can want someone and still choose to keep your life. Choice keeps dignity. A quick story. A guy I knew was obsessed with replies. He would rewrite texts 3 times before hitting send because he cared so much what she'd think. One night, she told him she liked his confidence when he didn't need validation. He had no idea he had any. He started small, one evening a week for himself. One project he cared about. The change was quiet, then real. He felt better. She noticed. Their connection changed from needy to mutual. Small, practical moves you can do today. 1. When you feel the urge to text again, wait 60 minutes and do one constructive thing instead. 2. Make one plan tonight that doesn't involve anyone else. Gym, read, call a friend. Protect that plan. 3. Write down one thing you will refuse to trade for attention, your sleep, your routine, your pride. Keep it. Detachment is freedom. It lets you love without needing to be loved back. It keeps you open, honest, and strong. That's attractive. That's rare. If this landed, do one simple thing. Tap like and type free in the comments. Make that your little vow today. Subscribe if you want the next chapter. How to be respectful and powerful at the same time. Chapter 6 will hit the heart of that. Chapter 6. Never objectify or disrespect. Respect is strength. You ever watch a room change when someone speaks like another person is just a prize to win? The air gets smaller. People pull back. Attraction dies slow and weird. That's what disrespect does. Meet Sam. He thought compliments about looks were the fastest way in. He made line after line about her body. He laughed loudly when others joined in. At first he got attention. Then he got cold shoulders. She stopped answering. Later she told a friend she felt used, like a highlight reel instead of a person. Sam didn't get it. He thought he was being bold. He was being shallow. Now meet Andre. Andre noticed a woman laughing at the bar. He didn't shout about her legs. He listened. He asked about what made her laugh. He complimented something small and real, her quick sense of humor. She smiled. They talked. It felt clean. It felt human. That is the difference. Objectifying reduces someone to one thing. Respect sees the whole person. Respect holds space for dignity. Respect is not weak. Respect is strength dressed as quiet behavior. People are drawn to it because it feels safe. Safety breeds trust. Trust breeds everything real. Here's how to make respect your default. Simple, practical, repeatable. First, compliment what matters. Say things like, "You're funny," "You're sharp," "You're kind." Compliment effort, not only looks. If you mention looks, do it once and keep it tasteful. Balance matters. Second, listen more than you talk. Ask a question. Pause. Let her explain. When you listen, you show you value her mind, not just an image. Third, watch your words and tone. Jokes that cut or lines that reduce a woman to a body are lazy. Use language that lifts. Speak like you'd want someone to speak about your sister or mother. If it would feel wrong in front of family, don't say it. Fourth, respect boundaries. If she pulls away, stop. If she says no, accept it. Consent isn't negotiable. It's the baseline of respect. Fifth, defend dignity. If someone else speaks disrespectfully, don't laugh. Stand with the person being targeted. Protecting someone's dignity is quietly powerful. A short, true feeling scene. At a rooftop party, a group started joking about a woman's appearance. Sam laughed. Andre didn't. Andre walked over and changed the topic. He asked about her work. Later, she thanked him quietly. She said she felt seen. That small act stuck with her. It was not dramatic. It was the right thing. Quick exercises you can do tonight. 1. Give one genuine compliment about character, not body. 2. When a crude joke happens, change the subject. Practice the pause before you laugh. 3. If you feel like objectifying, ask yourself, would I want this said about someone I care for? If no, don't say it. Respect doesn't cost you status. It raises it. When you treat people as full humans, you become rare. You become steady. You become magnetic in a real way. If this connected, do one small thing. Tap like and type respect in the comments. Let that word be your reminder tonight. Subscribe if you want the final rule. How to live by purpose so no one else writes your story. Chapter 7 is next, and it cuts deep. Chapter 7. Never let her define you. Live by your purpose. If you make a woman the center of your life, you hand her your steering wheel. That sounds dramatic, but it's true. When your identity depends on her nod, you shrink. You lose direction, and attraction dies slow. Meet Tom. He met someone and everything changed. He stopped going to the gym because she liked quiet nights. He took a job he didn't want because she thought it was safer. He stopped calling his old friends because she didn't like them. He did it all so she would stay. At first it worked. It felt warm. But the warmth came from approval, not from who he was. Months later, she left. Tom was left with a life that was not his. He had no anchor. He had no compass. He felt empty and scared. Now meet Jonah. Jonah liked the same woman, but he had a different rule. He had a small list of things he would not give up. His morning run, his project, his truth. When she wanted him to change those things, he said no, calm and clear. He didn't make her wrong. He made himself right. She noticed the difference. She felt safe around a man who knew who he was. Some people left. The right people stayed. This is the heart of it. Purpose protects you. Purpose keeps you from folding when someone's approval is on the line. It makes your choices simple. It gives you backbone. And when you live with a clear purpose, you become attractive in a real, steady way. How to build that backbone without becoming rigid or selfish. First, write one sentence that explains why you get up. Not a life story. One sentence. I build things that help people. I teach and inspire. I raise my family with honesty. Put it somewhere you'll see every morning. Second, create one non-negotiable block of time each day. 30 minutes, 1 hour. Use it for the thing that defines you. Work, training, writing. Protect it like an appointment with yourself. Third, keep 3 lines you will not change for anyone. Friends, sleep, your project, pick 3. When someone asks you to give them up, you have a simple answer. I can't. It's part of who I am. That answer keeps you steady. Fourth, share your purpose. Talk about your goals in simple words. If a partner can't respect your mission, that's information, not failure. Choose people who cheer your life, not edit it. Fifth, practice small acts of independence. Say no to plans that derail you. Make a decision by yourself and own it. Each small act builds a stronger self. A short practice you can do now. Tonight, take a piece of paper and write one sentence. Your purpose. Circle one activity you will protect tomorrow. That's it. 2 small moves. Big effect. Remember, not being defined by someone is not being cold. It's being human. It's loving from a place of fullness. People want to be with whole people. They don't want someone who needs them to breathe. If this landed for you, do one small thing. Tap like and type purpose in the comments. Make that word your reminder to live for you first. Hit subscribe if you want more on how to keep your life strong while you love. We've gone through 7 rules. If one changed you, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. At the end of the day, Stoicism isn't about being cold, emotionless, or distant from women. It's about standing firm in who you are, calm, grounded, and free from the need for validation. A real man doesn't control women. He controls himself. He doesn't chase approval. He chases purpose. Because when you live by these 7 Stoic rules, you stop reacting and start leading. You become the kind of man whose silence speaks louder than noise, whose calm commands respect. And that's the lesson. You don't become more by giving yourself away. You become more by mastering yourself. If this video gave you value, if it reminded you of what true strength looks like, then take a moment right now. Like this video so the message spreads. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. A brother, a friend, anyone losing himself in the chase. And subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos for more Stoic wisdom, real-life strength, and the kind of guidance that helps you live with purpose, peace, and power. Because in a world that's loud and lost, virtue still wins. Always.